a lot on my mental, because the type of discipline you gotta have to not snatch a bitch soul up out of her, yeah. Hey y'all, it is your big sis T Renee, and we're back today with another story time. If you're new to my channel, welcome. I'm hoping that one day or today you find something that resonates with you in my videos that make you want to subscribe. Also, if you are a returning subscriber, thank you so much for coming in and checking out this video and being loyal and sticking to my channel and being patient with me. Also, if you are a returning viewer but you have yet to subscribe again, I hope that someday something resonates with you that makes you want to subscribe to my channel, whether it's my story times, whether it's if I post some type of try-on haul possibly one day in the future, or if I post my travel content and you enjoy it. I'm hoping something makes you want to subscribe to this channel. I know I'm doing a lot of talking, y'all, and y'all pretty much came here for a story time, so that's exactly what I want to give y'all. But I just wanted to, you know, ask you guys to engage with this channel, show it some love. Today's main character is going to be Savage. Yes, y'all, I said Savage. I'm sure y'all have heard that name before, and it's because I recently posted a video about Savage. I'm sure check that video out, y'all. It's kind of like the introduction to the series that I'm going to be providing here about Savage. And y'all, Savage was in my life for so many years, and he was my first boyfriend, you know, and so of course I have so many life experiences with him because it's like he would never go away. Not that I really wanted him to go away. It's just that it seemed like we was going to never part, you know, whether we was going to be together or whether we was going to stay friends. But anyway, y'all, let's get to this video. So anyway, at this point, we are dating for, say, maybe a couple years. We didn't graduate high school, and I am in college, going on my sophomore year of college. And so Savage will often like complain about me not coming home to visit often. And so, you know, if you have ever been to college or have had family members or anybody that you've dealt with that have gone to college, you know that it can get very, very stressful. You can be very tired of homework and different like assignments, different things that you may have to do for your courses. So I couldn't really get home like that. And I also had got like a little part-time job just to have extra money. And I also had moved off campus, which I would often like pay my rent up when I got like my refund money, which I'm sure I had did at this point, but I wanted to work and have extra money outside of the money that we got from like the refund that would be left over. You know, y'all know what a refund is, you know, left over from all the tuition and all the other books and fees and things like that, extra money. So instead of me just blowing it, I take care of my major responsibilities. To keep him from being such a big baby about me not coming home off, because that's what he mainly complained about. He was like, you don't come home enough for me. Are you sure you want to be in this relationship? And y'all, if you ever dealt with somebody in a relationship and it was long distance, you have to know. I'm sure you can agree that it can become stressful and hard. And also, you may have one person in the relationship or both that may be a little insecure and not feel so secure in the other person in the relationship. Like they may not be very trusting of that person. And and honestly, I don't blame him if he ever felt like that, because baby, it's like a buffet in college. Different men, different experiences, and then a lot, like I said, and then, it's college, it's different. You get to meet all these different people from different states, and so that can go a bunch of different ways. And I did get a lot of opportunities to experience other people's hometowns and things like that. Like, college is great, y'all. It used to be, in my opinion. I used to feel that way, but we're not going to get deep about that. That's a different story for a different time. But I had a great experience in college, so I would understand why he may feel a little insecure, and it might not have been that he felt like I was going to cheat on him. It's just that he knew that different guys that I would meet. I mean, I had so many options, and I'm not going to even lie, like, yeah. I had a lot of options. Baby, that was there. They were coming. And it's like when you're in a relationship, y'all, they there like clockwork. Like, it's like they coming out of nowhere trying to get at you. And baby, I did a lot of dodging at some point. So, you know, I did try to stay loyal, faithful, if you will, at some point, you know, for that period of time that we were together still. So eventually I came up with the idea, hey, why don't you just come down? Why don't I come get you and you just come stay here for a week? And then I'll just take you back. Because like I did want to come home. I wanted to come home for something one weekend. I don't even remember what it was, but I said, I'll come get you and then I'll take you back the next weekend. So, you know, he's like, oh, yeah, you know, so he's all excited about it. He was like, oh, shit, it's about time.
That actually kind of crossed my mind, but I didn't know how it would work with you and classes and your job and all that like that. And if you would feel comfortable with me there with your roommate or whatever.
I was like, you know what? I trust my roommate. She got a dude or whatever like that. So I don't think it would be an issue with you being there. And I don't think he would feel no way because he's there often. So, I mean, you may actually have somebody to kick it with while we away at school. He may be there, the guy that my roommate was dating at the time. So, yeah. So fast forward that following weekend, I drive back home. Him and I link up to, I don't even remember what we did, but we linked up or whatever. We hung out or whatever. So, you know, we hung out that weekend. You know, he spent time with me and my family because my family loved him. So he was there with us. And so Sunday rolls around and, you know, we packing things in my vehicle or whatever. He's all excited. You know, he's all lovey-dovey and kissing all on me and shit. I mean, he did that anyway. I mean, the chemistry between us, y'all, was something I probably haven't felt in a long time from a guy. How that chemistry used to be with us, like, I mean, I've been with other guys. I've been engaged to other guys and all that shit. But the chemistry him and I had, it's like, I didn't really have that with too many other guys. I mean, I've had it, but not like that. So, and maybe because it was young and it was new and I don't know, he was my first boyfriend. We're driving along through Tennessee because I went to school in Tennessee. Even though I stayed in Tennessee, I still attended another university in Tennessee, probably like 3-4 hours away. I went to Tennessee State University, if you will. I mean, I don't mind saying that. I went to TSU, and yes, I know people probably like, oh, that's a party college. Honestly, the town was probably a full party. Honestly, the town was probably a whole party. And I say that because it's a college town. I mean, it even surrounding Nashville, you have all these different universities. You know, you got MTSU here, Chad, and I mean, the colleges, I mean, you got people in Louisville, like, it's so many colleges in Nashville. You know what I'm saying? So it was just so much to do back then. But honestly, you know, I did a lot of that. I partied, I drank, I smoked. I did all of that. I still had a man and I did miss him. And so I wanted him there with me. So I just put on my big girl panties and went and got him, of course. But anyway, so yeah, we driving along, you know, we just talking about the things we want to do. And I made like this little schedule. And it was pretty much for myself to let him know what I'll be doing. And my plan was to like go to some of my classes and maybe kind of like skip some of the others or leave early. I was trying to, you know, figure out which ones that I can do that and I can be okay and comfortable, you know, like not have to play catch up, because it was just for 1 week where, you know, I can kind of shoot hooky a little bit and be okay. Or, you know, come up with something, you tell my professors why I gotta leave or whatever. But anyway, so yeah, I tried to make it work, you know, and I really didn't want him to be there like that by himself. And then, like I said, I just wanted to be with my man, so I did what I had to do. I tried to make some type of sacrifices to accommodate him. I was fine with that. So we get where we were staying, I didn't stay directly in Nashville. I stayed on the outskirts in like this real upscale area. Well, honestly, most of Nashville is nice, in my opinion. Like Antioch and Bellevue and Belmead, all of that is really nice. We stayed in one of those, and I pretty much stay in like the mountains, so you can like tell. You can tell when you change altitudes. And so he was like, oh my God,
my ears are popping.
because like I said, we stayed in Tennessee, but we stayed more so in the South Tennessee. And so all of that was different for him. And I don't know if he's ever been to like Nashville. I'm sure he's driven through there at some point, because his family would go to different places all the time, but I don't think he's ever like been in Nashville at that age, you know, at that point. But so yeah, you know, he's kind of like giddy, because again, when you're leaving somewhere, it don't matter where you're going out of town. When it's somewhere new, you're excited. Yeah, so he was a little excited, and then not even because he was going to Nashville. I think he was just excited to be there with me. So fast forward, y'all. We get settled in, whatever. I introduced him to my roommate, because they had never like met. Because like I said, like when we would go home, she wouldn't really come with me. Like he wouldn't be there or whatever when I would go home, or like if she driven and dropped me off, or you know, vice versa. Like she never got a chance to meet him. Honestly, I really didn't care if she met him or not. Even though me and my roommate were pretty close, I'm not gonna lie, we really were. At this point, we were like really close, but I just never really got a chance to introduce her to him. I don't know, it just never happened like that. But anyway, so yeah, I guess I wasn't at home enough. Right? But anyway, so yeah, I introduced her and her guy, whatever. And of course, the men, they smoke their trees or whatever, because that's what they like to do. My boy been smoking for a long time. But anyway, so yeah, you know, the guys doing whatever they doing, talk about whatever they talk about. They pretty much just bonding. So me and my roommate, we in our little kitchen cooking, but I decided to get groceries and cook, you know, just to welcome him to Nashville or whatever. And, you know, just provide a meal instead of us going out. I just rather cook at home, and we can really be comfortable and do what we do. So yeah, we just decided to stay in, because I mean, we can party anytime. And we had plans on partying that weekend anyway. So yeah, we do that night. We all kick it and play cards and all that shit and whatever we do. Drinks, you know, smoke, whatever we did. So the next day rolls around, and because this was Sunday. So Monday comes along, you know, we get up. Savage cooks breakfast for the house. You know, that's something he likes to do. He likes to cook or whatever. So he got up and he cooked breakfast for the house. And so they're like, ooh, yeah, we like you. You need to come back more often. You know, that shit. You know how people try to boost your head up, and that's what they were doing. I mean, honestly, they really did like him. Like, he has a great personality. Like, he can blend in and get along with almost anybody. You really have to set him off for him to not even for him to feel like he don't want to deal with you. He's not a hothead at all. I think he cares, even to this day. I feel like he cared a little bit too much about making people feel a certain way, making them happy in a sense, you know, kind of almost people pleasing in a sense, want to be friends with everybody. Like, I've never been that, so that is totally the opposite of who I am. And I kind of didn't like that when my guys were like that. Maybe I'm just a bitch, but I did not like when my guys would be too friendly. Like, that's just me. But anyway, I tried to play that shit off a lot, but that's just who he was, and I got to a point where I got used to him being that way. So, you know, like I said, he cooked for the house. We all chit-chatting and shit before me and my roommate leave out for work. And I think her dude was going, like, to work, too. No, we went to school. We was going to school, and her guy was leaving to go to work. So, you know, he was like, well, I'm just going to kick it here. And, yeah, I could have left him the car and rode my roommate, but our schedules, me and my roommate's schedules didn't really, like, I think this semester, like, our schedules wasn't synced up. So I didn't want to be stuck on campus, and then I didn't want him to just be driving around and couldn't really find me. Like, I don't know, it was a reason. I just went on because I might have been running late too. So I was like, you know what? I'm just going to try to get out my classes, my last class early today. You know, I'll be calling in, checking on you, making sure you're good or whatever. I get out of class, text him or whatever. I'll see him, was he okay? And if he wanted to go out and go get something to eat. I mean, we had groceries at home, but I didn't want him to just be stuck up in the house. So I think we did end up going somewhere to go eat. But I went home and got out of them clothes I had on all day. And of course, you know, we get it in. I mean, you can't have your man there and that don't happen. He didn't come all that way to not get that from me, because it has been a minute. And that's another thing, like, he probably was going through withdrawal, y'all, like, because when I say me and him used to get it in, so he was going through withdrawal for real. I know he was. And me, I don't know, I think I was okay. And I think I just made myself not think about it. Like, I had to be real disciplined. And I don't really think, well, because, yeah, during them times, yeah, I wanted it all the time. And so I found some kind of way to not think about it. Because had I really thought about it as often as we used to do it, I probably would have cheated on him at that point. But yeah, so anyway, fast forward. We get our showers then, you know. As we get ready to head out, my roommate and I'm like, she's like, where y'all about to go? I'm like, oh, we about to go grab something to eat or whatever and just chill out and go do some other little shit. I don't even remember what we did. We went somewhere. We did something else. A movie. We did something else. I can't remember where. So she was like, oh, okay. I'm gonna see if me. Oh, I never did give my roommate and her dude a name. Do I want to give her dude a name? I might not get him a name in this story time, but I'm most definitely gonna get her one. We gonna call my roommate Media. I have my yeah, STD. So yeah, Mimi. So yeah, Mimi. So she's like, oh, I want to do so and so want to, you know. Oh, she's like, oh, okay, that sounds like fun. Mimi was like, do y'all mind if me and my dude go? You know, of course, his friendly ass like, no, not at all. I mean, y'all can meet us there. And me, honestly, I kind of was like, I instantly kind of got like in bitch mode, because I'm like, I just wanted to spend time with just me and him, because we hadn't seen each other. So I kind of didn't want the extra company, but like I said, me and my roommate was really close. And so I just kind of like, and then I wanted to make him happy. I didn't want him to feel no type of way. I wanted to do whatever he wanted to do. So I was like, yeah, well. So I sucked it up. I was like, okay. I was like, oh, yeah. Then I was like, oh, okay, yeah, that's a good idea. I guess being fake as hell. I said, yeah, that's a good idea. Just call me when, you know, y'all get in the area, whatever. Because I'm guessing he had got off work. And so I think she was going to his house or whatever after she got out her clothes. So, and then honestly, I believe where we were going wasn't that far from him, because we all stayed in like the same part of town, but he just stayed directly on the side where we were. He was like on the other side, but it's still the same part. You get what I'm saying? Like, he probably was a good 10 minutes away from us. Maybe 15. So, yeah. They meet up with us at the restaurant or whatever, and so they get to talking about sex or whatever. I don't know how the hell we got on this conversation, but they were talking about sex at different positions and different things they've done and just with different people type shit. And then, of course, my roommate talking about, I don't know what it is about certain women. They want to talk about their head game. Like, and then, like, I don't know, like, if you really that great at it, you don't have to talk about it. What's the old saying? What's understood ain't gotta be explained. That's my motto. I live by that. I don't have to brag about shit that I know I'm great at. Like, ain't no bragging about that. He know. But anyway, so yeah, I mean, she's talking about her head game,
doing demonstrations of certain things, and I'm thinking to myself like, yo, man, don't feel no type of way about you doing this pretty much to another man. Like, the shit she was saying and doing is kind of like, I can't really explain it, but in my mind, and I'm not insecure, and I wasn't insecure at all about that. It's just that I know how Mimi can be sometimes. Mimi was a thirst trap type chick. And we weren't even using thirst trap then. Hell no, we weren't using that. But she was that type of girl, like, kind of a pick-me, so you will. Y'all, I dealt with so many pick-me bitches, it's crazy. But yeah, but she had a man, but that, I mean, shit to her. We'll talk about that a little later. But anyway, so yeah, she doing the most, and I honestly felt like she was doing the most. But again, I try to just shake it off, play it off, like that's just her. I didn't really think too much into it, you know, about her doing this to my man at the time anyway. So I'm like, girl, you crazy. She was just doing too much on this one. So, you know, we eat dinner with them, and then I kind of like got my way, because we ended up going to do something else a little later. Like, they didn't come with us. They ended up going to go. Something happened. Oh, he had to go meet somebody somewhere and do something or give somebody something. So they ended up not coming with us. And I was so happy about that, because I'm like, finally, I get this time with my man to myself. So, you know, we do that, and then we go back home. Go back home, get our showers, watch a little TV. We get it in again, of course. And we get it in again, and they might have heard us, because yeah, we were getting it in, so I'm sure them folks heard us. I mean, the shit was great between us. Why would I be quiet? But anyway, so yeah, the next morning rolls around, we getting ready for school or whatever. Of course, you know, he cooks breakfast, and so we getting ready for school, and she comes into my bathroom. No, I went to the hall bathroom, asking her for something. I needed something. And she's like,
I heard y'all get it in last night. Shit, y'all was that loud than us. Y'all didn't hear us?
I was like, no, why would I hear y'all? Like, girl, I was too focused on what we were doing. Why would I be listening for y'all? She's like, cuz.
I mean, I was trying to be loud like you was.
I say, so, damn, bitch, you compete with me? I say, damn, so, bitch, you trying to compete with me?
She's like, yeah, I was trying to get loud like you too. Because he was like, damn, he tied her ass up.
I'm like, what the hell? Like, what the fuck? I don't know. I kind of felt like that was a little weird, but I guess maybe, I don't know. Maybe I'm being a bitch about it. Maybe I'm being a prude. I don't know. Maybe I'm just being a prude about it. But anyway, so yeah, like, girl, you crazy. I mean, my roommate was something else, y'all. Mimi was somebody. Mimi was something else. Just say that. She was a whole damn character too. Freaky as fuck. And if you saw her, you would not think that she was like that at all. She very much gave tomboy vibes. I mean, don't get me wrong. She would get cute and girly. And I think I had a lot to do with that. I know I had a lot to do with that. Like, I had a lot to do with the way she suddenly started changing her appearance. I can honestly say that I had a lot to do with that. Because every girl that I became really close with, they didn't really have that fashion sense. Not saying all of them was tomboyish, but they didn't really have that fashion sense. I'm the type of female, I have always been a girl that loves to get dressed up, put on my heels. I don't care where we going, I'm about to be dressed up, I'm about to be cute. But then we both leave out for school or whatever. I think her dude end up staying there too. So, you know, he had somebody at the house with him. So we end up leaving out for school, whatever. And I think this particular day, I had to get out of class. When I got out of class, I had to go to work. So, yeah. So, this particular day, when I got out of class, I had to go to work for a few hours. Like I said, it was a part-time job, so I wasn't going to be there all night. I think I was going to get out of class about 4, had to be at work about 4:30, and probably get off about 10:30 or something like that. I probably only worked like 6 hours or something like that, I believe. And then my job was like basically around the corner from my house. So it was basically like around the corner from where we lived. I worked at a department store or something like that. Anyway, so I go to work, and, you know, we texting back and forth, whatever. And at this point, my roommate should have got home from school. And her dude wasn't there, so he pretty much was at home by himself. and my roommate came home, and two of her friends had came with her. Do I want to give? Yeah, I'm going to give them a name. Matter of fact, I'm just going to say their real names. Yeah, one of the girls' name was April, and the other girl was Alexis. And come to find out, April and Savage actually went to high school together. I didn't really know this at that time. They come home with her, and they doing what they always do: sit home, gossip, smoke tree, and whatever else. I'm sure that's the reason for them coming there to chill with her. In my mind, that's why they there. That's what they do. They come over there from time to time and do that. So yeah, like I said, I'm at work. He's texting me like,
Mimi just came home with two chicks, whatever. I'm about to get my food and go in the room, lock myself in the room, whatever.
So yeah. In his mind, y'all, he thinking like, what the fuck? So yeah, he's in the room, whatever, watching TV and his phone, doing whatever he doing, playing games on his phone. He says he received a knock at the door. And this is stuff he's told me. Like, he was telling me everything. Like, he was texting me and he was telling me what was going on. Kind of like telling me what's going on, whatever. But he didn't tell me everything until I got home, whatever. Like, he didn't tell me until like, okay, so yeah. He didn't tell me until like, he was just telling me like, he was kind of like telling me some stuff, but he wasn't telling me everything. And yeah, so let's finish. So yeah, he's like, yeah,
they knocking on the door. They keep knocking on the door, but I'm not answering or whatever, what they want. I don't know why they would be knocking on the door. I'm
like, I don't know. I was like, you know what? I said, see what they want. Maybe they need you to help them with something. Especially if they keep knocking on the door. So he goes and he said he goes and he opens the door, and these bitches are in their underwear. I didn't know this at the time. Like, he didn't tell me this. I found this out, like, yeah, okay, so it was like underwear. He was like, yeah, it was like kind of like some type of like, basically there was some kind of like underwear, negligee, some shit. And he goes and he plays in there with them. He's like, he was gonna come out the room. He was like, he was like, I don't know, I'm trying to nap or whatever. So yeah. But he was like, eventually he kind of like gave in because he ended up walking towards the kitchen to take his food in there and get him something to drink. And he's like, they were smoking tree and he wanted to smoke tree because he had ran out of what he brought with him. I mean, we had a guy that he could have got it from, but, I wasn't at home, so I couldn't, But anyway, so yeah. Even though, yeah, I could have called my homeboy and told him to go serve him. But, yeah, it don't matter. So, yeah, anyway, he goes in there. He's smoking tree with them and playing dominoes or cards. I can't remember which one it was. But, yeah. So, they in there, whatever. And so, of course, he say they get to talking about some sex stuff. And during this time, he said they get to talking about some sex shit. So, fast forward, I get off work. And he kind of has like an attitude with me. And I'm like, what's up? What's wrong? What's going on? He was like, man, I'm
ready to go home.
I said, you ready to go home? What the fuck happened? Like, what's going on? Why you ready to go? He said,
because, man, you going to class, you working, and I just really want you here. Like, you couldn't have taken out of class. You couldn't have like canceled your class for this week to spend some time with me. Or I was like,
now why I'm here. Like, I'm in school. Like, I cannot just miss my classes like that. You miss any type of classwork, like, it really can set you back. So I can't just be missing an entire week of class. You knew that when you came down here. Like, we just kind of got like in this altercation, and I'm like, and at the time I wasn't understanding like why he was so mad and acting like I wasn't in college. Like, this is money that we spent for me to be like. He was acting like I wasn't in college. Like, I can mess up my money, like my tuition money, like my scholarship money. I can mess up any type of money anybody have put into me being here. I can mess that up just by me fucking up in a week. You know, a lot can happen in a week. You can miss a lot in a week. And in college, especially during those times, like, it was crazy. You know, it wasn't high school anymore. And so he was just so angry. And then, like, I don't even think we went anywhere. No, yeah. And so I was like, you know what? I'm sorry. Like, I don't want to argue with you. I'm trying to see, you know, if I can miss a few classes or whatever. You know, I'll probably just skip tomorrow or whatever. And try to, you know, email my professors and tell them I'm not feeling well and try to skip tomorrow or maybe the next day or something like that. It's like, you know, I'm going to be with you the weekend. Like, I don't have classes. And this, like, yeah, this was like, what, Wednesday? Was it? Yeah, was it Tuesday or Wednesday? It was one of them damn days. So, I was like, no, it was Tuesday. I was like, so, you know, I mean, I only got a few more days, and Friday I think a couple of my classes, she canceled, like, yeah, because it was like my biology class, like it was some type of science class or something shit. So I was like, you know what, I can kind of like, I think she canceled classes for that day. My teacher had some shit going on. I was like, so Friday my day is going to be short, you know, can you just thug it out to then? He's like, ugh.
I guess it's like, you know.
No, I was like, so maybe I can do that, whatever. And so I was like, you know, let's just, I'm tired. I said, I'm gonna go make me a sandwich or something like that, and, you know, get me a bath, and, you know, let's just go lay down or whatever. Because at this point, it's late. Like, it's after 10 o'clock, it's probably like 11 something at this point. And it's late, and I didn't want to eat nothing really heavy. I just wanted to grab something to eat because I went to work and I was a little hungry. I didn't even bring anything with me to eat because I got out of class and went to work, and I didn't want to go eat no fast food or nothing like that. I mean, I was at a department store and I was around all these places in the mall because, yeah, my job was pretty much somewhere at the mall. I just didn't want to eat any of that. So anyway, yeah, I get my bath, you know, I get into bed, and he's like, I'm sorry, like, I'm not trying to be down here and be a butthole, but yeah, I'm sorry. I just really miss you and want to spend all this time with you as much as I can. And of course, I'm like, yeah, I understand. And so, you know, we cuddle, whatever. And then, of course, eventually we do what we do. Do what we did best. So, you know, but we wasn't as loud this time because, honestly, I was remembering what my roommate said, like, that shit was weird as fuck to me. Like, bitch, why are you listening to me fuck? That shit was so weird to me. Like, I don't know. Like I said, we were close, but we wasn't that level close to me, honestly. Like, at this point in my life, I still was, like, very private about things. I became a big ass adult. I became old as hell before I decided to be candid with my life. As you can see, I got this channel here, right? It took some time for me to become open and candid about my affairs in my life. And I was still, like, very proud about things. Even though, yeah, I'm sure she knew I had a whole man and she knew we was getting it in. But, bitch, you doing a little bit too much ear hustling. So, you know, I was like, you know, I told her, I was like, she was listening to us fuck last night, even with her dude. That shit weird, right? He's like, yeah.
Yeah, she real weird. Like, her homegirls was over here being weird as fuck.
He's like, I chilled in there. He told me, he's like, I chilled
in there with them, smoke, play cards or whatever.
But he left out the fact that the bitches was in their underwear. He didn't tell me any of that shit. So, I found it out a little later. And so, you know, like I said, we just laying there and talking until we both eventually drifted off to sleep. So, the next day rolls around, which I'm sure is Wednesday. And I'm getting ready to go to class. No, I didn't go to class that day. So, you know, we get up, whatever, and we decided to go out to go eat brunch or whatever because we laid in the bed for a while. Like, and so, of course, I get up and I'm emailing my managers or whatever. I'm emailing my professors or whatever, letting them know what's going on. And I don't think I had to work that night. No, I didn't have to work that night. Like, with this particular weekend, I knew I wasn't going to go in and work. I took off because I knew I was going to spend that weekend with him, and then I would have to drive him back home. So, yeah, I wasn't going to work that weekend. So, then she's like,
what y'all about to go do? Go eat? I was like,
yeah, we about to go eat brunch or whatever. She's like, oh, okay, I want to come. I said, honestly, Mimi, you know, we just kind of like trying to have some alone time. maybe later we all can like link up. Me, you, and your dude. We can all, me, you, Savage, and your dude can link up, whatever. And we can go grab something to eat and do some type of Dave and Buster's type stuff. Like, it wasn't Dave and Buster's then, but it was something else. I can't remember what it was. It was giving that vibe. So yeah, I was like, we all can probably go do this or whatever, because I'm not gonna go to class today. I'm not gonna go to any of my classes today. And I don't know if she was. I think she just is gonna skip her classes too anyway. So yeah, she didn't care. But anyway, so yeah, I just, we just kind of like want some alone time, because it has been a minute since we've been together. So yeah, we go to brunch. Yeah, we get ready to head out to brunch, and we just enjoying that space together. It kind of, in the back of my mind, I'm kind of like thinking about my classes, because y'all, like, I was on my shit, and I didn't want to deviate from my everyday plans. Like, we enjoying our brunch or whatever, and we go chill. I think we go walk around and chill at the park or something like that. We did something like that. We was pretty much outside doing something, just trying to enjoy the open space, enjoy that alone time. I mean, it was stuff to do. It was the weekday. Even though it still was stuff to do, we just wanted to just spend some time. We didn't even want to be around a lot of people, so I think that's why we was like outside, just at the park, something real simple. Later that day comes around, we back at the house or whatever, and my roommate, Mimi, and April, Mimi, April, and Alexis is back at the house. And so he instantly was like, I'm finna go to the room. I'm like, damn, what's up? You good? He's like, yeah, I'm just finna go to the room. And then my mind was like, damn, what's up with him? They like, damn, what's up with him? I was like, I don't know. I think it's just that he really misses me, and he's kind of like, I said, yeah, he's kind of in the funk, because we not spending enough time together. I've been having to go to class and work, and I think he's just really misses me, and he just really want me here with him. So he kind of said about it. I said, he's been kind of like in a funk about that today. I said, but I think I'm just going to bite the bullet and just spend the rest of the week here with him and not go to class. Just miss my classes, whatever. So they was like, oh, okay, being some fake ass bitches that they were. And, and I never felt like they was fake bitches up until this point. He comes storming back in the room, and he was like, I'm finna go. I said, huh? You finna go? He's,
yeah, I'm ready to go.
And he's talking about ready to go as in go home. He has his suitcase with him. So, y'all, I'm like, what the fuck? And so he leaves out the door. And so, of course, I go running after him. I'm like, what the hell is wrong? Like, what is up? Like, what the fuck? He's like,
come on, take me to the house.
I said, now, you know damn well I can't just up and leave and take you to the house like that. Like, I do gotta go to class. He's like, I
thought you was gonna miss class. Let's just go back to the house and we can spend time there. You can always come back.
I'm like, I don't want to go back to the house. Like, I thought we was gonna spend the time here. Like, what is the problem? Like, I said, you was fine earlier. Like, now suddenly you just up and want to leave. When we get back to the house, you just up and want to leave. I said, then you was rude to them in there. Like, I said, why was you so rude to them? He said, I don't
want to be around them bitches. I don't want to be around them skank ass hoes. I'm like,
skank ass hoes? I'm like, how you know they some skank hoes? I'm trying to like laugh about it. Like, what the fuck? Because I was stuck. The hell? Like, why are you acting like this? And so he's like, take me
home.
And of course, we out here, we arguing. We have a big blow up. I'm like, I ain't taking your ass no goddamn where. Fuck that. I'm not taking you nowhere. He was like, well, fuck
it. I'll walk.
I said, well, fucking walk then. So y'all, he leaving. He is leaving, y'all. And honestly, he's leaving. So I go back in the house. Of course, at this point, I'm crying because I'm like, I don't know what the fuck happened. Like, I know he was mad. He was kind of mad because I was going to class. I said, and I'm explaining to him, like, we discussed them coming down here. And he knew that I was going to have to go to class and work and all that. And he was cool with that. He was just like, he just wanted to be here with me and not hold me. Like, that's, what I'm telling him that. Because that's pretty much what he was saying to me. Like, what we talked about. He just wanted to be here with me at night. And so, he was fine with the class and stuff. And so I just wasn't understanding, like, why was he acting like that? And they're like, oh, trying to, butter me up in the situation. So I don't even remember what the fuck these fake ass bitches were saying to me. But so yeah, it was like, fire this up. And so, cause y'all, when I say we was some heavy smokers, Shit. Yeah, I think, yeah, we was some heavy smokers. We smoked before we left the house. Like, we used to smoke so much, we had to smoke at least a couple trees before we left the house. Almost every day. You know what I'm saying? Like, I didn't just like throw it out there every time I said I went to class, because, that just was, it was like waking up, brushing your teeth, and washing your face in the morning. That's just something me and my roommate did all the time. Shit, I think we used to do that before we even went inside church. I know, so bad, y'all. Yeah, we used to fire it up before we went inside the church. But anyway, so yeah, we sitting there smoking. Couple hours rolled by, and then our homeboy, he was like, one of the guys, we're gonna call him a tree man. He was like, I saw your boy up there at the gas station. Oh yeah, I forgot to mention, they actually had came by our house like one of these nights, because like I said, they would come and they would serve us or whatever. One of the guys was the tree man, and he would serve us. And so, they stayed there, they kicked it with us and smoked with us, whatever. And so, he was like, I saw your boy at the gas station. I said, the gas station? What you talking about? He's like, you left that man outside at the gas station? I said, no, he left here. He's ready to go home. We had a big altercation. I was like, it just happened not too long ago. It might have been an hour, y'all. I said 2, but it might have been an hour. I said, it just happened an hour ago. And he fucking walked off. And so I just said, you know what, fuck it. I'm just going to let him cool off. I said, and it was like, what the fuck?
Like, they was like, you got this man down here and y'all arguing. What the fuck they arguing about?
I was like, shit, I said, he's mad because I'm going to class and going to work. Like, this is something we discussed before I even went to get. I'm explaining the situation to them. And they was like,
yeah, I don't know. He was like,
yeah. I said, but I just told him I was going to take off work. And then I was going to, I said, I just told him that I wasn't going to go to work and I wasn't going to go to class this week. So I don't understand why he's making a big deal.
It was like, yeah, something else bothering that man, because what the fuck? I was
like, yeah, it gotta be something else, but he's saying it's not that. He keeps saying it's me going to school and he want me here, not in class, and I'm supposed to be spending a week with him. So, we going on. We just joking and laughing about some other bullshit. And so the tree man ended up going to get him. He went up there. He said, I'm going to go get old boy because he cool as shit. So he drives up there and he get him. And he's like, man, y'all
need to talk this shit out and figure this shit out. That shit ain't cool. I hate to see you out there like that, my boy. And my little sis, she good people. Like, come on, like, y'all need to work that shit out. I mean, you way up here in the mountains and shit. Nigga, you gonna get eaten by a mountain lion, some type shit. Just
stupid as fuck, funny as hell. Just saying all kinds. He was just saying some funny, stupid shit. So, we go in the room, whatever. We just in there snacking on whatever we was snacking on and just in there talking, laying in the bed and whatever. Eventually, we get in the shower, whatever, and we get it in the shower. Yeah, with a house full of people. They didn't really hear us though, because like I said, I had my shit locked up. I think I even had moved a chair under my door so nobody come twist on my damn doorknob. We in the room, we doing us. And so, we in the bed or whatever. And so we eventually drift off to sleep. So the next day comes around and I end up, y'all, taking this man home. Because I'm like, you know what? I don't want us to be down here bickering and arguing like this. And if you feel like you need to go home, then I'm going to take you home. And then I'm just going to stay there the rest of the weekend. Like, I end up packing my stuff, y'all. And just, staying home that rest of the damn weekend. So, yes, I not only wasted my gas coming way up here, I had to miss my classes. I had to miss my money at work just for me to take you back. And like I said at the time, I was just stupid. Like, that's all it is. I was stupid. Like, I really feel like I sacrificed a lot to please him. And I think this particular day, we did, like, I was like, damn, should we break up? And he was like, why the fuck would
why would you want to break up? Why the fuck would he break up?
And so eventually he breaks down and tell me, he was like, man,
I just didn't want to tell you there because I know I didn't want you to fucking to lose your shit. I was like,
what are you talking about? I'm just in my thoughts, you know. I felt so stupid, and you know, we on the highway at this point. I'm just in my thoughts, you know. He driving, he decided to drive us home, so I'm just in my thoughts, and he like, why you
quiet? I'm like,
you know, I'm just trying to reevaluate some shit, you know. So when we get to the house or whatever, we didn't go to my folks' house. Me and him, we ended up going back to their apartment, whatever. And I just stayed the time over there. I don't even think I told my folks I was there. I didn't tell my folks I was home at first. So, you know, I stayed my time over there because I didn't want them to be like, why the fuck you here and missing class? So, yeah, I wasn't stupid. I didn't tell my mama I was at home. I didn't tell my folks I was at home because I know how that shit probably would have went. So, yeah, I just spent the rest of the week and the weekend there with him over there. And then that night, whatever, we out, and he's like, man,
I gotta tell you some shit.
I'm like, what you talking about?
He said, man, the reason why I was fucking ready to fucking go and call them some stank ass hoes because them bitches was in there. They came in the room. They came knock on the door. They was in their underwear. He said, I didn't want to come out there with them at first. He said, but I had to go in the kitchen, whatever. And so they kept begging me to sit out there and play cards and smoke with them. So, you know me, you know, I smoked. He said, you know, I ain't want to be rude or whatever, and I ain't want to feel too under. He said, you know what? He said, so you know me, you know, I ain't want to be too goddamn rude, and I love to smoke tree. So I smoked they shit and, you know, drank they drink and played cards, played dominoes with them.
And so I'm like, what the fuck? And you would think, yeah, I should have been like, why the fuck you still sitting there with them? You could have told them hoes no. I was more so mad because I was disrespected by my roommate. And not only my roommate, them two bitches, April and Alexis. But I was more so mad at my roommate because I'm like, the audacity of you, bitch. Like, I was more hurt by my roommate because that's who I was closest to. Like, I really was. Oh, but baby, was revenge plotting it. But one thing about me, during that time, I was gonna get my revenge. Like, it instantly hit me what I was gonna do. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, I didn't tell him no shit like that. I was like, he's like, I didn't want
you up there fighting them hoes and flipping out, and I ain't want to have to kill one of them bitches. You know what I'm saying? And then them niggas, you know, they cool, but I don't really know them motherfuckers like that. I just didn't know how this shit was gonna turn out. So I had to get you the fuck up out that situation. He said, I'm sorry if I embarrassed you and made you cry and all this shit, but I had to get you the fuck up out that situation.
And so I'm like, man, you should have fucking told me. You should have fucking told me because I would have got the fuck up out that house. He said, I
know you would have tried to move the fuck up out that house. He said, but you can't afford to do that right now, man. You need to focus on your school and shit. I know that's your roommate and that shit gonna be hard for you to swallow, but man, you there handling your shit. Like, you gotta like let that shit ride for a minute until you can get up, till you can find your own shit, you know. Try to do what you gotta do to suck that shit up, man. She ain't worth that shit. She ain't worth that shit.
But I mean, with the shit he was saying was going in one ear and out the other because I knew I was gonna go and act a fucking donkey when I got back to that house. But you know what? I just let that shit go and enjoyed the rest of the weekend, the rest of my week and weekend there with him, and you know, just enjoyed the time. Gave him what he wanted, but at the same time, I sacrificed a lot. I feel like I know I sacrificed a lot by missing work at my classes, but it made him happy at the time. And I ain't gonna lie, it made me a little happy too, because I feel like in hindsight, I really needed that like break because I was going hard. I was going in, you know, just I had tunnel vision, you know what I'm saying, on school and work. And so I ended up going back home that damn Sunday. I left a little early because I didn't want to be caught in the night. So I left a little early, whatever. And I'm talking to him damn near the whole way. And so he was like, man, don't
go back to that motherfucker acting a fool.
And believe it or not, I actually listened to him, y'all. Like, I didn't go and act a goddamn fool. But, oh, you best believe I got my revenge. I didn't act a fool this particular day, but you best believe that shit came up. And so y'all gonna have to tune back in for the second half of this because, yeah, just tune back in next week, y'all, so y'all can hear how that shit played out with me and my roommate, y'all. And I hope this wasn't too damn long. It's just so much to tell. Like, when we telling these story times, you want to give play-by-play so bad, but you can't remember everything. But the shit that I feel like that had a lot of fucking drama, I remember a lot. The stuff that I really didn't care that much about, like, I can't remember a whole, like when I wasn't the main character, then I kind of remember bits and pieces. But when I'm one of the main characters in the story, like, I can remember a lot because certain shit like that triggered the fuck out of me. It played a lot on my mental because the type of discipline you gotta have to not snatch a bitch soul up out of her. Yeah. I had a lot of discipline at this time because I just wanted to keep the peace and I knew where I was. But anyway, y'all, yeah, I knew where I was and I knew what my purpose was. Okay, if you enjoyed this video, y'all, please give this video a thumbs up. Leave a comment down below if you have ever gone through a situation similar to this, or currently going through a situation like this, had a fucked up roommate, some fake ass homegirls or whatever, had a loyal, disloyal man, whatever it may be, y'all, man, hit your girl up in the comments. Let's chat about it. And again, y'all, thank y'all so much for tuning in. Make sure you tune back in soon for the other half of this video, and I'll see you all then. God damn, it's like my damn focus was so off, y'all. Like, have the focus been off? Like, it's been blurry a little bit, right? I'm still posting this shit. I'm not redoing this video. Y'all gonna have to see this video for what it is. I'm not re-editing this video. I'm not redoing this video. I'm not. Y'all gonna have to watch it the way it is.